Hello everybody, this is 13 Arrow times 62, and as you probably seen from my haul, I have the Tower of Toa for half the price. I'm so happy for this. Now, before we get on to anything else, I want to do a video, maybe even a little bit longer of a video, where I show you all of this. When I mean all of it, I mean opening it up, taking out everything in it, and building the set. So the first thing I can see, we have bags for each of these sets. We even have them in different numbers. There's a 2, there's a 3. This one's just a regular bag. It has all the Visorak in it. They are glow in the dark. And bag number 5, that's a big set. And bag number 1 includes the Cataract and the Tower of Toa. I'm not sure how to pronounce. A regular bag, small bag. Just got some large base plate pieces. We got a sticker sheet. We got this little piece of paper that tells you how to use the webbing. So there's a different way to use the webbing for different sets. So they include this in 2005 Bionicle sets. I was right, it was 2005. Speaking of the webbing, we have it right here. And we also have another one right here. The very long piece. We got bag number 4. Another bag. Another bag. Got a long brick piece. We have bag number 4. We've got another one of these long pieces. Another small bag. And we also have, this is pretty cool. I'll take the box out. This is a Turaga Dume entrance made as a Lego. It's made in the form of a giant mask that Turaga Dume wears, but in black. I mean, his mask is actually worn in red, but this one is made in black. So this is pretty cool. Put that aside. And we get one huge instruction manual. Everything to build the set is in this big manual. So let's get to it, why don't we? Now the way that I'm going to set this up, I'm going to move all the bags and all the pieces off screen. That way, on screen, you'll get to see how this is built from the bottom up. I've seen a little bit of the instructions, and it looks pretty good. But there's still some things about it that I don't know. And from what I can tell, again, I don't know because I haven't used this set before, but it looks like we have everything in the set. But we're going to find out if we actually do. So, this is going to be interesting. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna set up all the pieces. Probably put them in like a big bin so I can at least have them out of the bags, but in each of their bag numbers. I may stop the video a couple times, so expect that for every one of the bags. I will stop the video and we'll get on to the next segment. So give me a minute and we'll get back to you. So if you've been to my channel before, you will know this. I will have the instructions off screen while we do each of the bags. Let's see, we got number 2 there, number 5. That looks like a 3. The numbers on these bags aren't too easy to see. I can already tell you that. Now, let's see. I hope I have enough room that I can not only build the set, but also storage on my iPod that I can record this for you guys. So I'm already liking this because we don't have a lot as far as, I'm going to estimate that somebody, you know, it was either a packing order or maybe somebody bought this by accident and is accidentally ripped open, and that's why we haven't, you know, the box looks a little bit off, but the pieces may be okay. But we're going to find out through this journey. I'm calling it a journey. Into the Tower of Toa set. The first thing we have to build, we have to open one of these little bags, I think. Yep, this one looks right. It only tells you the number bag to use. It doesn't tell you about the other miscellaneous bags. Let me just bring down the camera so you guys can see a little better how I'm building this. This is exciting. I do want to say it now, just to note for later. I do apologize if the camera becomes adjusted at different points in the video. Since this is a large model, I want you guys to see as the model is being built, and it will be, built on top of each other. So that means I will have to adjust the camera at different times. Don't worry, I will be sure that you get a glimpse of everything. Plus, you'll also get to see it when we get to the LEGO set review of this, obviously, LEGO set. So, don't worry about if you can't see everything when it's being built. The first thing that we have these two little pieces that go together. I don't really know what else to call them. I guess they're just poles. These are exclusive flames. I mean, the flames have been made before, but in red. This is probably the only set that includes them in black. So we'll put those inside, and we have each of these figures with their different weapons. The figures are made as one piece molding, so you can't move them at all. And they do have studs on the bottom of them so that you can sit them onto Lego bricks. You can also put other Lego objects in their hands because they have the same hands as Lego minifigures. Their heads are only turned in one direction as well, so that's why when it comes to posing or play, you're a little bit limited with these figures. Let's see, we got 3 done and 3 to go. You can also notice each of the figures themselves have different poses, whether leaning to the left, leaning to the right, or looking forward. It also have different poses as far as which way their blade goes. And you notice it's a blade, it's not really their Turaga weapons, because those would be very hard to make on a miniature scale. So as I said before, the first part we are going to build is the Cataract. And those of you not familiar with Bionicle, you might want to research this one, because I've had to research this, and I've been a fan of Bionicle. But the Cataract basically is an elite member of the Visorak. These are the small spider creatures, and as you can see in a semi-scale form in this set, this is a large spider, basically. So the Cataract actually has 3 different forms. There's one that you can... I'm sorry, am I not getting this on the camera? Let's see if that helps. I've just been leaning over to look at the directions. The Cataract has 3 different forms, and this is obviously one of the forms in one of the sets. 2 of them are made as miniature models, and this is one of the miniature models. The 3rd form is actually made it's like a scale model, not really miniature. But there's a miniature... What am I trying to say? There are 2 Visorak that can connect to each other in a combo, and the instructions. And that makes up another form of the Cataract. However, it's not proportional to the other Visorak. This is probably going to be a bunch of Bionicle terms thrown around here and in the review, so if you guys are not familiar with Bionicle, please take some research. Because I'm taking research too, just to be familiar with it once again, to those who are who do know about Bionicle. And to be honest, I don't really know much about the Cataract. I keep doing it again, don't I? Maybe I'll move this over. Okay, so we have the main body of the build, and you can recognize the main body of the Cataract is a blaster. That's the main feature of the Cataract. Only for this version, because the other versions are only made more of like Visurak, just as the, and this one's not really too much. So we have to make 4 of these legs. Just give me a minute while I make them. They may not look too intimidating on this scale, but if you compare them to, you know, the other figures, these things would be about... I looked up on a few different websites, and I think the Bionicle wiki says it best. They range from 6 feet tall and 9 feet wide to 12 feet tall and 18 feet wide. So you don't want a giant spider like that breaking through whatever you're living in, or just anywhere that you're guarding. Now, the strange thing I saw about this set online, more of which will be mentioned in the review, of course, but I'm just talking to fill the air. The strange thing I've seen about this set is, on the box, it looks like the Toa are guarding it, when it's actually and it's called the Tower of Toa. You would think it's something they constructed as a defense system. This is actually a tower that the Toa are invading, and it actually belongs to the Visurak. So the Visurak are taking it back from the Toa. We'll just lift up this piece a little bit more, and we'll put on, it looks like tusks, but I think they're supposed to be like large claws. Not claws, but snappers. One thing you're going to notice that's unique about this set, we have a golden... It would normally be called the Makuta's mask. I forget exactly what it's called. No, I had it around here somewhere. Anyways, it looks like a golden Makuta mask, which can be used that way. It's the same one as we know on the original Makuta, or as some of you may know, Makuta Pterodax, because there are multiple forms of Makuta, apparently. But this is actually used just as a large mask cover for the Cataract. It does not have any immediate relation to the Makuta. So, again, referring to Makuta Pterodax. Whenever I think of Makuta, I think of the original one, but I know that some people have differences. They know about the more in-depth part of the story, because there are more than one Makuta. So when I think of Makuta, I think of Makuta Pterodax. So this actually works with the function, you tilt in the back of it, it lifts its head up and then fires underneath. So I think this is kind of a cool form of a Cataract. I would like a model like this as a leader. This is actually a leader of the Visurak. So we'll put these aside and we'll go on to bag 2. Let me just set that up and we'll get on to it. Bag 2, calling for bag 2. I've looked at all the bags and we have 5 different bags in this set. And technically, I mean, numbered bags, there's 1, 2, 3, 2 for 4, and then a 5 bag. And this one is only bag number 2. So just open that up and get on with the video. We're going to have this on the bottom just as before, so we don't need to raise the camera or anything. I like this. I like the feeling that they're all in the, the bags that they come with. Because that already makes me think, oh, I'm getting everything in this set. But we have a long way to go before we can answer that question. I will have to open a few of the smaller bags. It doesn't tell you, again, which ones, but I know some of these have to be opened because of the pieces we need. So, let's see. I really wonder what else is in this tower, because it seems like a big space, and I feel like they're going to have either a lot of room for action or play, or enough room for there to be, other actions inside that just don't appear on the set. I don't know anything about others reviewing this set, so I can't really tell you. Sorry about that. I will have a couple times where the video will cut out because I need to just clear up some space, upload part of the video, and then work on the set more. This will probably take me quite a while when it comes to, you know, assembling all of this. So, hope you guys enjoy it. So we don't see as much of width on this side for any actual action in there, but who knows? Maybe there is something. We need some of the orange pieces. Step 8, step 9, we put on these. And this. That was step 10. This section is on the, if you're looking at it from the outside, this is on the left side of the tower where we have, and I'm building it right now, we have this large canoe head, if I'm remembering correctly, probably a little bit off. There we go. Got our silver head. We can sit on here. And next we put these giant swords. First used by Lua Nuva. So it's kind of a small platform. And next up we're building, looks like a wall structure. Kind of makes me wonder, since that one piece was very smooth, what's going to happen to it? And also, if you noticed, the canoe head was built on a hinge. So, I think it offers a bit of play. I'm pretty sure the idea is you can use the Cataract to attack different parts of the tower. This is just one of the wall structures. We're almost done building it. We have a lot of tooth pieces in this set. Some of them I've already seen as extras. And usually with a bag set, they will show you the extras inside of each bag, each numbered bag. So I don't know if these stickers matter too much. I'm just trying to look, but I think it's left side tower, middle, then right side tower. And according to the instructions, it looks right like that. So this is how they stick on. The symbols on them are actually Bionicle Matoran language. So they actually do mean each of the letters of the alphabet. What those letters are, I have no idea. And that will slide right in here. Oh, that's cool. So it's like a slide open function instead of a knocking over. So you slide this open, you can run through, slide it down. Cool construction there. And very simple, so it's very easy to make. I'll put on these two pieces. No, they go the other way. And we will cut the video here. Join us for part 3, hopefully very soon. So here we go. I've already opened up the bag and put out the pieces. No pieces left in the bag. And let's see. I'm going to use another one of these small sets. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. I think it's this one because it looks just like the other one. And it already has some of the other pieces we need. This is building the right tower, and this is the one, if you saw on the cover, this is the one that features a cannonball function. Not sort of a cannonball. You get to launch a giant rock. So the build on the start is going to be the same. These whole pieces. Put those in. I gotta find the other whole piece. There it is. We put that on. Then we have the walls next to these sides. I'm assuming if you're able to open up on one side for the, that little entrance that we saw, you're probably able to do it on the other side too. Okay, we got a difference in direction already. This one has these. And then we put on these two pieces. The width does surprise me, but you can still fit figures inside. I already tried with one of them. And let's see. It does look a little bit similar to before. But we also have this area in the middle. It gets a little bit stronger. Probably because we have more on the top. We put these on. We put these on. And now we're going to build the launching function. Start off with a few pieces like this. Yeah? Yeah? Ready? I'm gonna have to go soon, so I will continue this video, and it's not gonna be published until every part of it is done. Now, let me just take a break, and then we'll get back to it. And we're back. Let's see. Where's that piece? Didn't even skip a beat. I'm already at page 20, and there's still a lot more in this book to go. I think this is about 66 pages. Of course, they're not all instructions, though. These pages are also things at the end about Bionicle, the actual size sets, the other mini sets, and about the movie, which, you know, there was a movie at this time in 2005. It was the second to last Bionicle movie ever made. The last one being many years later. Okay. Kind of makes me wonder how this thing is going to go on. Put a piece underneath. We got some more on top. And then we have the claw that's going to make it fling. There's several different claws like this in Bionicle history. I mean, in this color. So, this is not an exclusive to this set. There's one LEGO set review I had in which you could use that. Oh, I see. So you have to bring it down here. Wait, I'm trying to figure this out. You're supposed to have something like fitting here. Just a few more of these. Now, that catapult function is going to be pretty interesting once we get the door in here. I don't know exactly how it's going to go on. One thing I noticed for this catapult, it doesn't have any kind of elastic band that's keeping it, you know, flinging. So, I think that's kind of interesting. And I also looked at the set by itself, the box art. I noticed that it showed on there the doors open on both sides, so I feel like I feel silly. Shall we put this together? For the next and last part of this Bionicle set, I'm going to have to use basically every other bag and every other piece that's available in the set. So I'm just going to get them ready for you guys. I'm going to set them up into some little bins. Bags number 4 and 5 are used in this part. So I'm just going to put them all in one big box. Just give me a sec, and I will be right with you. Even the little bags. And one thing I found odd, the webbing shows you on the instructions, you know, you put them underneath the green pieces. However, on the box art, they don't have it like that. They have little 1x1s attached on either end, so you wouldn't even have to. I don't know what the deal is there, but let's get moving to the last part of our set. Alright everyone, here we go. Start off with 2 large base plates, and let's see, we need a couple 2x4s. Okay, now I'll keep spinning that around and I won't know which way to put the pieces on. Looks like we got some 1x2s. Where do these go? One here, then that in the middle. That's right, I might have to lower the camera again. Or at least back it up a little bit. Because I know it's going to be much taller, so that's why I didn't adjust the camera right away. I didn't want to have to keep taking, you know, different heights for setting this up. You know, like, oh, he's built on another layer of bricks. Let me just move the camera up. No. I think you guys are okay with this. If you're not, let me know in the comments so that for next time I can do it right and you guys, you know, will enjoy it. One piece got stuck in another. And next page. We have a couple Technic pins. Put 2 in here. And I'm trying to find the other 2. I think they only give you 4, so it's not like I can find an extra one. Oh, there it is. Got hidden behind another piece. And it flew onto the screen. I like that. Okay, we'll find some elbow pieces. I think they're called elbow pieces. That's one thing I might need to be more familiar with, the names of different pieces. Like the actual classified names, rather than calling it this thing, or something like that. Not saying I do, you know. It just seems kind of awkward if I were to just call it this thing, or show it like that. Like, you know, that piece, yeah. The one that's with that. We'll put those on. Now the Technic pins do mean, just as we do in other sets, these towers are going to connect right here and here. I've seen something like that in one of the early castle sets. I'm not talking early, I'm talking about 2008. They had a castle set in which, I think it was the Dwarf Mine. Yeah, Dwarf Mine. It had a little bit of difference. Or they had to use the Technic pins to keep it together. You build each of the parts separately, and then you had to attach them all together. The only thing about that, the bottoms were kind of fragile. They didn't. It was hard to move the entire set by itself without having to move every single one of the pieces. So, yeah, that I've had a history of it breaking apart a few times. I got to build 4 of these. I'm already done with the second one. So I'm going to just bring it up. And I'll put it on top where it's supposed to go. Oh, they only 2 of them. And then around the back, we put on 2 of these pieces. You can see we got quite a big hallway here. You can flip this around. It doesn't tell you in the instructions to flip it around. I do that for my convenience. It'll be easier to reach wherever I need to reach. And then we get those long pieces that we talked about before, the ones that weren't in any packages. Usually long pieces like that aren't packaged. They just sit loosely inside. And now here we go. I'm going to put on the front entrance of the model. Just get the right space. There we go. So all that height has to work up to here, which I think looks pretty good. If you look at it on the inside, it's kind of cool. And even from the width, that's pretty good. It feels like you have a lot to put in here. And I hope there is a lot that we could put in here, or could, imagine in here. So Legos are about, right? Imagination. We put these on top. There we go. And then we need 2 8x8 pieces. Use some elbow plates. I need 2 more of those. And a 1x4. Does it say black? No. Because I found a black one, and it says in the instructions you need a gray one. Come on, gray one. There it is. So far it seems pretty structurally sound. And that I like with bigger sets. I mean, that's not the reason I don't get bigger sets. However, it is a reason for me to not like them. One set I used to have, well, I actually still have it, but I used to have it built. It was a set, it was Hagrid's Hut, and this is the original Hagrid's Hut when Harry Potter started with the Sorcerer's Stone. I have the original one, and man, that was a pain to put together as a kid, or at least when I was a younger kid, because that broke so many times on the bottom surface. And from what I've discussed with other people, they've had the same problem with even other Hagrid Hut sets. Because the way they designed them, it's supposed to have like a lot of hinges and a lot of plates. The plates connect onto, or the hinges connect onto the plates so that when you can have like an opening feature in the set, as well as, keeping its, curved shape when it's closed. Which is pretty good, if you could pull that off. But it was really hard to assemble without, having to fix other pieces. And eventually, yeah, you did get to have better pieces to put on there that would help you, keep them stable. However, the plates were still possible. They were still able to fall off. on the bottom. So that's... It's not even a big set either. I think that was like a $30 or a $20 set. So it wasn't too big, but, you know, when you're small, it's very hard for you to put together. Even if you have little hands, it's just, you don't want to have to keep breaking it and then putting it on again, and no kid likes that. So, let's see. I think I skipped a page. Oh, I did. I skipped an entire page. So, some of these were put on before they were actually needed. I didn't expect that. I just looked onto the next page, I was like, wow, they added a lot on. I must have missed it. And then I realized I did. I missed a whole page of it. So there we go. I'm missing another 2 pieces. The 2 1x2s. There it is. Put these on the back. And now we go on, we're going to build the blaster. This is the second blaster that we have in the set. It's one good reason to like it, because sometimes LEGO will be generous and they'll be like, oh, let's have a blaster versus blaster kind of set. Which is really cool, because you could be playing this set with your friend and you'll both have equal opportunity. Because if you have a blaster in a set, somebody's going to want it. And not let the other person have it. So, in a case like this, you have a little bit better opportunity. Even though one person has, a whole base, and the other person has a whole bunch of spiders. It doesn't sound great that way, but that's the truth. But you're still getting, some good features in both parts of the set. I should probably build this up here, right? I'm sorry, I was building it next to me, trying to follow the instructions close. Basically, you attach a few pieces on the sides of it, and then I can't see, where is that piece? I looked in here 2 or 3 times. I can't find the one piece. It's supposed to be one more hinge piece, not hinge, like a sliding piece. See, this is what I mean. I don't know what the name is. Must be right in front of me, and there's just a few pieces in my way. Where is it? Come on. One piece. I wonder, though, if I couldn't find that piece, could I go to LEGO and tell them, hey, I don't have this piece? I mean, I don't know if I can tell them what set it's in, because they'll probably be like, why are you looking for a piece in that set? Why couldn't you just go to Pick-a-Brick and order a new one? I mean, it's still a common piece. Now it's kind of worrying me, because it should be right here. And I had all the bags unopened. Could have missed it on the floor. I did. I looked right on the floor, and I found it. Wow. Okay. That was a bit of a waste of time. So what we do, we slide this in. You can push it up all the way to here if you need it to shoot out at somebody. You can even turn it, move it up and down, and if you press down here, you make it fall out. It won't go kaput like that, but I had to block it with my hand so it wouldn't damage the camera. Because I'm sure that would happen. Excuse me. Random hiccups in the middle of my videos. I'm just going to turn this around to put that in there, because they don't really tell you in the instructions to turn it around, but you kind of have to. And then we'll put all these. We got a lot of angled pieces in this set. If you wanted to build a mountain, this set has a lot of good gray pieces, first of all. And second of all, it has a lot of good, what do I call it? It has a lot of these you know, if you were to categorize it, those kind of... I know it's a 1x4 by 2... No, by 3. That's as far as I can figure out the dimensions of it. But they have a bunch of those in this set, as you can see. And I'm really liking the height of this already. This is first floor. This is the second floor. I'm going to have to move up the camera soon. So let me take care of that now while we build up more. And we are back. We're over the second story of the Tower of Toa. Let's see what we need to look for. Looks like we need 2 small pieces. I found them. These are going to be a little bit of decoration for the tower. Could be an interesting function, though. More angled pieces. I gotta love this. I'm trying to think what set it was. The Citadel of... I can't remember the other part of the name, but I think it started with an O. No, Citadel of Morcia? Citadel of... It was in the second installment of Knight's Kingdom, where they had Jaco, Raskus, Danju, and the other guy, I can't remember. From around this time period, they had a set. I actually have the set. It'd be really cool to rebuild if I could find the instructions and pieces. They had a whole bunch of these kinds of pieces, these gray ones. They had a whole bunch throughout that set, but they also had, I think they had Technic pins to put it together. Or something like Technic pins, maybe. I can't remember exactly, but they did have a lot of platform pieces, which were really, really helpful. Because I like to use those. And I think a lot of people could agree with me, LEGO fans alike, like to use big base pieces. Because they want to make big bases. So even a set like this has a bunch of really good base pieces. From the bottom, that's a lot of room, to the middle, probably up to the top, and even on the sides. Mostly involving plates. Personally, I like to get ones that are longer than 8 in either width. In either length or width. Because with 8, you could do much more than you could do with 6 sometimes. It's just that little bit extra that really helps. Oh, I forgot a piece. How did I forget that? I forgot that actually a while ago in the steps. A 1x8. Because I remember I was trying to look for it, and it was just like, I'll just keep moving. I don't know why I didn't keep pursuing it. But this is a small gate that we put in front, so you don't suspect, or at least it's not being operated right now, the missile that's behind there, so you just push this forward. And then, you know, you can even move it up if you want to, and blast your way out. You can even move it with the other ones and move it up like that. Take a look around. Maybe even blast through it. That would be kind of cool. And that gray piece that we put in the back keeps this from moving any further back and falling out. So that's a good part of the set. Let's see. We get one of these pieces. I didn't know these were around so early. I mean, the most I knew of the pieces, at least these kinds, was in the Droid Escape from Star Wars, set from last year. And I haven't really seen them in other sets before then. I just figured that they were two smaller pieces put together around it. Even for this set, I didn't figure they would be one large piece. So that's kind of cool. Okay, then we take 2 of these pieces. These are from Pahatzer Nuva, and these are his claw pieces. What's really cool about these, you put them together, you can make some nice cuffs. Or you could just keep them on a chain or something and cuff people with them. We have to turn these sideways, because that's how it goes on the tower. And I gotta turn that. There we go. So you can move this up and down a little bit. I don't know if it's really made to move up and down, like if that's their intent. But it's still kind of cool. Because, well, They're just like a cool decoration. If you tried to fire on the tower, you could use that for, you know, I'm just going to block it, or you could catch it, because it could pretty much fit in that space. And then you could use that missile and send them back. That would actually be a fun way to use this set, because you have missiles on both sides, so why not use the enemy's missile against them? Because you have the blaster for it. So, you know, it's kind of like return fire. And we're going to use Luanuva's sword pieces again. These are actually sword pieces like this are great. For a lot of different purposes. And as you can see, they're used quite a couple times in this set. Then we put these gray ones on. We're almost at the top. And I feel like I might have to move the camera up. I'm going to need a way to move it up. Because I kept stacking Lego X-Pods on top of each other because they're sturdy and they just work well. But I don't know how much further I have to go up. Try to get this to work. Okay, so we have that. I'll put this gray one on first. And then the black layer. That's a little bit higher up. Then we have this piece. Put it this way. And 2 more of these little pieces. Apparently 2 is all you need. I thought you'd need at least 3 for it to hold on well. Then we put that on top. And I'm just going to strengthen it by turning around on the other side. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing from the back? Okay. There, it's all in place. And we can almost get it out of the camera screen. I'm just going to keep moving up in case we do. And this, I don't really know what the purpose of this thing is. I guess it's just a target for you to hit if you're on the enemy's side. 2 more pieces. Put them along the top here. Keep that in place. And let me keep turning the page. The next page tells you to put on all the stickers. And it tells you to put on those long green pieces, but we can't. If you look at the green pieces, we have... the ones in this set don't have any studs on the side. So unlike the picture on the front of the box, we can't attach them onto the top or the bottom or wherever we want to. However, for this set, they gave us a whole bunch of these other green pieces, very unique ones to these kinds of sets, I guess. And you can put this down, you put the piece through it, and, you know, it kind of holds it in place, but you also have to tie it on each end. That way, it won't come loose. Now, that's kind of interesting, that you get to do that. I'm not going to do that right now, as right now I'm going to put on the stickers. Turn it up this way. Get that off of there. So this one goes right there. Right on the forehead. Actually, right on the eyebrow. And then take this piece. Now, according to the instructions, it should actually go up like that. That should go up like that. Now, hopefully I get this right. Because if you know Lego sets, when you have to put stickers on them, it's a pain in the neck to do it over and over again. And then the stickers wear out. There we go. And you always love for a Lego set when you get stickers that fit right onto the spot that you need them to. Just going to move this back a little bit so you can see where I'm putting it. And I'm just going to lower our camera down. There we go. Now you can see the stickers better. And then we got these 2 to put on the sides along here. That's going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to have to turn this or tilt this. We got them on the right way, in the right direction. I just need to get it I think I should probably start from the top and go down. There we go. And just do that on the same side, or other side. And then we're all set. All set, because it's completed. That was not intended. Okay, so now we got that tower part done. We put each of these in by these pins you see. It'll snap right on, so it won't come off. Move this one around. Snap that into place, and there we have it. Boom! Now one thing you could also do with these long pieces, whether you attach them to the tower or not, the Visorak are designed for doing 3 functions. They can glow in the dark. You can put pieces through them on the top and on the bottom. That's, I guess, now 4. You can also fling them like those little leaping frogs. If you're familiar with those, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to demonstrate with this one, and I'll also mention in the review. You know, the ones where you press on the back of them and then they flip around. Just like that. You could do that with all the Visorak. You could also take this webbing piece and attach them onto it. So that way, if you want them for display, you want them to crawl up the side of a tower, you have that function to make them crawl all the way up or crawl all the way down. That way you don't have to worry about them being on the sides of it. You could also they show you in the other instructions, you could also put it through them for a better hold. Something like this. Or even on the other side. So that way they could hold better, but it's not necessary. And that is our set. Then they just show you a few things in the back of it. Shows different displays of the model, all the features, all the other sets involved, the Lego, the figures that these are based on, the Bionicle website, and the Bionicle DVD. We'll get to all those things and more in the review. Thanks for watching this build video. It's probably the biggest build video I've made, and I've been happy to make it. I hope you were happy to join me with it, because I thank you very much for watching this. I know it's not easy to take all this time out, first of all. And second of all, it's probably, you know, kind of odd just to sit there and watch somebody build a set. But I really hope you guys had a good time. Let me know in the comments if there needs to be any changes to how I set up the camera or how I build the set, and you know, that way I make it a better experience for you guys to watch it from home or on your mobile device, wherever you are. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you for the Lego review of this set. This is the Tower of Toa, set number 8758. We're signing off for now. We'll see you guys later.